Zambian International Mining and Energy Conference and Exhibition has entered its second day, and Alicia Seckham is in Lusaka for an update. Morning, Alicia. I'm missing you here. We've had frost this morning. I don't know how cold it is in Zambia. Are you having a good time?
Well, certainly not frost, David. There was a little bit of cloud cover here yesterday. The sun is out today, so things certainly looking a lot brighter. We've got conversation simultaneously hotting up here at ZIMEC 2013. And I must say, with regards to you missing me, it's always good to hear that you're being missed. Coming back to the conversation that's happening here at ZIMEC 2013, though, there are two streams of conversation simultaneously at play. We've got a stream A, which is a mining Zambia focus, and then stream B, which is a power Zambia focus. And today we put more of that focus on the power side of things, taking a look at just what kind of supply demand dynamic we're looking at right now, and what kind of activity is coming through from the private space specifically. Joining me for that conversation this morning is Owen Salavwe. He's the MD of operations at Copperbelt Energy Corporation. Owen, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks, Alicia.
Well, we've got CEC, of course, an independent power transmission distribution company, a company, though, that buys 45% of ZESCO's generation capacity. So talk us through how you fit into the electricity supply equation.
Okay, thanks for that, Alicia. In terms of how we fit, you actually realize that Copperbelt Energy is been in existence since the early 50s. It was initially set up by the mines themselves, and it's obviously changed or evolved over time. There's been forerunners to Copperbelt Energy, which include CPC, Power Division under ZCCM, and now it's Copperbelt Energy. And Copperbelt Energy, obviously, because of its history, focuses on supplying power to the mines, and we've always bought power from ZESCO. We've got infrastructure of about just over $300 million on the Copperbelt that has been set up over the years, and we are interconnected to ZESCO. ZESCO doesn't have much infrastructure on the Copperbelt, so that's how we fit in terms of the infrastructure.
Okay, so that's how you fit in. What kind of supply-demand dynamic are you looking at this stage of the game? Because we're talking about a deficit in terms of electricity supply in the country, really looking to hamper investment prospects and growth prospects for the mining sector. Well,
you're quite right. It is quite a difficult time, I should say. You basically can't sleep comfortable at the moment. You keep getting calls from customers complaining about how difficult it is for them to operate at the moment. Zambia, just like the rest of the countries in SADC, is facing this supply gap. And for us, this is manifesting in the quality of supply, which is basically shows up in the voltage. The voltage that we supply to the customers is not as good as it should be. So therefore, this impacts on their operation. And so we're always looking at ways of trying to alleviate this situation.
What exactly are you doing to alleviate the problem? Because we want to take a look at what kind of capital you're putting to work in terms of investing in this space to cater to that demand a little bit more adequately.
Obviously, sort of short term, you haven't got much that you can do. You have to try and limit loads. So you have to ask the mines to contribute to load management. But then also ZESCO has to try and load sheds mostly the domestic customers, because you want the productive sectors to receive power. Then sort of medium term, you look at things like equipment that supports the voltage. We've got what is called capacitor banks. But long term, you're obviously looking at investments in generation. At CEC, we're participating in that area. We've got two projects that we're focusing on at the moment in Zambia, which is Kabompo. It's not a big project, but its location is quite ideal in terms of supporting the system, because Zambia, all the generation is in the south, Kabompo is in the north. So that will support us quite a bit. Then we've got Wapula as well. Unfortunately, Wapula is not as advanced at the moment as Kabompo, but Wapula there, the potential is quite huge, totaling about 1,200 megawatts. We're doing the studies at the moment, so we think we're on the right path.
Of course, we've got any investment merit for any investor out there coming through largely from return on investment set to be reaped. So talk us through at the moment your pricing power in the market, because of course return on investment depending on how much muscle you have in that space specifically.
Well, it is always difficult. I mean, if we look at it, say, from the tariff side, things there are obviously difficult because, like most utilities in this region, we obviously locked into long-term contracts with our customers. And in these contracts, we basically didn't have clauses, tariff adjustment clauses. But I think things are changing. We're beginning to try and negotiate those into the contracts. And also, fortunately, there is commitment from the government to try and support the process by probably coming up either with registration or at least some policy direction that helps to support the process, because with tariffs in the order of 5 to 6 cents at the moment, and the new generation, if you look at the costs, almost all the new plant generation will be coming in the order of 9 to 14 cents, this US cents now. Basically, you have no chance if you're going to sell the power at 6 cents. So we need to find a way of trying to obviously raise the
rethink
tariff.
some of those
That's right.
plans
That is
moving
true.
forward.